Can the 2-3-2-3 dice set hold off the 7? Let's roll it and find out. There's an endless debate in the craps community. Can dice setting actually create a player advantage? Between the grip, the load, the launch, and the landing, the sources of variation seem endless. But if we can minimize those variables with consistent technique, can we actually find an edge? How many rolls can a specific set survive before the dreaded 7 ends the run? We're putting the physics to the test and collecting the raw data. Is it skill or just plain luck? Let's find out on this episode of What Are the Odds? Hello to you, and I hope you're having an outstanding day today. Thanks for joining me on this episode where we roll out the 2-3-2-3. If you're new here, we will continuously roll this dice set until we produce the number 7 10 times. So with each roll, we'll log that into our chart here. You see the first roll's a 10, we'll log the 10, and we'll continue doing this. At the end of our roll set, we'll break down the details and determine what the stats are telling us are the good numbers to play and the ones to stay away from. We'll speed things up and see you on the other side. Well, unfortunately, we had a little bit of a disappointing roll here, only producing 48 samples before achieving 10 sevens. Our 7 exceeded the standard, throwing 20.8% of the time versus 16.7% of the time. But we did have some decent numbers within this set. Let's go take a look at those individual rolls. While no number rolled more than the 7, we did have several numbers that beat their standard, specifically the 11, the 9, and the 6, all producing pretty good results. The 8 saw marginal favorability to the standard, and the 10 came in right on the standard. Our worst numbers with the greatest standard deviation were the 5, 2, and 12 respectively, the 2 and the 12 never appearing in this dice set. Pulling our data together into sister sets, we see the 6 and the 8 reigning supreme here, as well as the 3 and the 11 performing better than expectations. The 5 and 9 missed by 1.7 rolls, and the 4 and 10 missed by 1 roll. And again, neither the 2 nor the 12 were produced. And looking at our hardways, with this small, short 48 sample roll set, we expected 5.3 hardways. We actually threw 6. The 4, 8, and 10 all performed nicely, with the 6 underperforming by a roll. And lastly, over to our horns. We see a lot of red here, but it's really not that bad of a picture. We had a short 48 sample roll set and expected 8 horns to hit. We produced 7. Again, as mentioned, the 2 and the 12 never emerged. The 3 was less than a roll short from hitting its 2.7 expected rolls, and the 11 we produced twice as many as expected. We did have 2 consecutive horns, and had we been betting this see a horn, bet a horn, we would have hit twice. So in summary, we have to chalk up our 2-3-2-3 dice set as a dark side strategy. We needed to hit at least 55 rolls to be considered a neutral dice set, but we came up well short of that, 7 rolls to be exact, and fell way short of the standard. Our distribution did favor the high side of 7, however, where we saw a lot of those numbers seeming to perform a lot better. And unfortunately, no number actually beat the 7, but we did have numbers that beat their own expectations. The 11 was superior in this roll set in its own standard deviation and overall standard deviation. And the 9 and 6 both outperformed standards. The 8 just barely beat its standard by less than a roll, and the 10 met its expectation. We saw really good hardware performance overall. The 8 and the 10 beat, and the 4 met. The 6 fell a roll short of expectations. And our horn rolls basically met standard. They did okay. The 11 dominated with 5 appearances, 2 times more than what was expected. The 3 fell short less than a roll, and the 2 and the 12 never emerged. And we did hit 2 of those see a horn, bet a horns. And that'll do it for this episode. Appreciate you guys joining. Hope you have a stellar rest of your day, and look forward to seeing you on the next episode of What Are the Odds?